I'm just about to send it now because they've got a question. No, I had a worry about one particular question. I've just had Bessel round to try and get his S right in the middle of me just doing these bits and bobs. So okay. Yeah. Okay, I think I am done. I'm quite happy to be challenged on a particular oh no link shorten on a particular question. So instead of previous times, I've actually got the questions on the answer sheet. So anyone turns up late, it should be of benefit to them. Okay, so I have posted the link to the sheets. So Neil's got off the golf course at last. Okay, we've got 9 people on YouTube. We've got quite a few people just about to join. Just post it to the event. Oh, it does help if I press post. Yeah. But to be fair, I've got half the manpower here. But Alex wasn't interested. Okay. Just getting the picture around it. So, admittedly, I think someone might have been joking when I asked them last time round, what rounds do you want? And someone suggested a Michael round. But there is a Michael round to start off. And we also have a glorious Disney round. Oakley Doug. So, has everyone now got access to the question sheets? So, go to the event, and I should have posted a link on the Quiz 5 event. Oh, they look tasty. Do we still think Debs is squeezing something out? Okay, so let's let's make a start, shall we? Okie doke. So, question 1. This Michael starred in Bonanza, Little House on the Prairie, and Highway to Heaven. Which Michael starred in Bonanza, Little House on the Prairie, and Highway to Heaven? Michael Clarke Duncan, Michael Cera, Michael Landon, or Michael C. Hall? It's still nice and cold from the fridge. This Michael is most famous for playing a blood splatter analyst with an unusual hobby. This Michael is most famous for playing a blood spatter analysis with an unusual hobby. Is it Michael J. Fox, Michael C. Hall, Michael Fassbender, or Michael Biehn? This Michael has a screen father named after a Greek god, and his appearance in the film franchise brought it back to life and gave it a new direction. This Michael has a screen father named after a Greek god, and his appearance in the film franchise brought it back to life and gave it a new direction. Is this Michael Clarke Duncan, Michael J. Fox, Michael B. Jordan, or Michael Sheen? Which Michael said, I say we take off, nuke the site from orbit? Only way to be sure. Which Michael said, I say we take off, nuke the site from orbit? Only way to be sure. Michael Biehn, Michael Fassbender, Michael Sheen, and Michael Clarke Duncan. And your last Michael question. This Michael was born in 1961 and was 24 years old when he played a teenager. Great Scott! Is it Michael Sheen, Michael Fassbender, Michael Clarke Duncan, or Michael J. Fox? Well, I do think that Deb didn't appreciate that impression there, considering her face. We can just make these comments about Debs all the way through the night now, really, can't we? Okay. So we are now on Anne's round for Disney. Disney was originally born, I've missed out the word born there, on October the 16th of what year? Walt Disney was originally born on October the 16th of what year? 1921, 1923, 1925, or 1927? The founder of Disney is Walt Disney, more commonly known, is Walter Disney, more commonly known as Walt Disney. But what is his middle name? Is it Edward, Ellis, Elias, or Emmerich? The founder of Disney is Walter Disney, more commonly known as Walt Disney. But what is his middle name? Now, question 8. In which order did the parks open? So I've got lots of combinations there for you. See if you can work out which ones were first, which ones were a little bit later, and which ones was last. Okay. Is that safe to move on to question number 9? Okay. Okay. Is Anne suggesting I've left out Timbuktu? Okie doke. So, question 9. Which character would you see in a Disney park from the following people? Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd, Mr. Fredricksen. Which character could you see in a Disney park from the following? Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd, or Mr. Fredricksen? Now, question 10 is a triple point bonus. Which one of the following is not a Disney film? Okay, so I've been trawling through some obscure films. So we have Song of the South, The Three Caballeros, The Legend of Lobo, The Monkey's Uncle, Toby Tyler, The Last Flight of Noah's Ark, Space Jam, Nicky Wild Dog of the North, So Dear to My Heart, The Vanishing Prairie, Freaky Friday, The Boatniks, and Unidentified Flying Oddball. Only one of those is not a Disney film. Only one of those is not a Disney film. And you get 3 points if you can identify that particular film. And that brings us to the end of our Disney round. Or do we need any little bit more, any more time on the not a Disney film? Reese is asking, could we have a load of questions about their rabbits? That's going to be interesting there, Reese. Okay, so picture round is I have some movie posters without the movie title on there. So can you work out which film is this? So work out what film is this. This is question 11. Is it Saving Mr. Banks, Saving Walt Disney, Saving Mr. Poppins, Saving Mary Poppins? That's the later on question. You beat me to it there, Dan. So this question, same kind of thing. Name the movie. Is it The Theory of Everything, Sherlock Holmes, Doctor Strange, or The Imitation Game? Is it The Theory of Everything, Sherlock Holmes, Doctor Strange, or The Imitation Game? Okay. Which Mission Impossible film is this? Which Mission Impossible film is this? Yeah, it's just taken off. Okay, so which film is this black and white movie poster? Is it It's a Wonderful Life, The Exorcist, Citizen Kane, or The Elephant Man? Is it It's a Wonderful Life, The Exorcist, Citizen Kane, or The Elephant Man? Now, this is going to be a toughie. So, which Rocky film is this from? Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, or Rocky Balboa? Okay, and the last one on the picture round before we go on to music. Name this movie. Before Sunrise, Apocalypse Now, Kong Skull Island, or Red Dawn? Before Sunrise, Apocalypse Now, Kong Skull Island, or Red Dawn? I'm just hoping I'm going to catch out Graham with one of my questions, just like the boa constrictor one. Okay. Oh, I haven't jumped to question. Question 17. REM. I think I've numbered them up wrong, but the previous one was numbered 16, and this one's now 17. REM released an album called Out of Time. The rapper KRS-One featured on which track on that album? Was it Near Wild Heaven, Losing My Religion, Shiny Happy People, or Radio Song? The rapper KRS-One featured on what track on the REM album Out of Time? Near Wild Heaven, Losing My Religion, Shiny Happy People, or Radio Song? Which Weezer song had a video set in Al's Drive-In? Which Weezer song had a video set in Al's Drive-In? Was it Hash Pipe, Beverly Hills, Island in the Sun, or Buddy Holly? Question 19. Which of the following isn't an Adele album? Is it 19, 21, 23, 25? Which of the following is not an Adele album? Is it 19, 21, 23, or 25? Who hasn't recorded a James Bond theme song? Sam Smith, Sheena Easton, Diana Ross, Carly Simon, Rita Coolidge, Gladys Knight, Tina Turner, Tom Jones, or Lulu? There is only one correct answer. Who hasn't recorded a James Bond theme song? Is it Sam Smith, Sheena Easton, Diana Ross, Carly Simon, Rita Coolidge, Gladys Knight, Tina Turner, Tom Jones, or Lulu? So, we good to move on to Square Eyes, the TV round? So, Dirty Den is a character from what soap opera? Dirty Den is a character from what soap opera? Is it Coronation Street, Emmerdale, Brookside, or EastEnders? Question 22. Who shot JR in Dallas? Who shot JR in Dallas? '80s. So, was it Kristen Sheppard, Bobby Ewing, Sue Ellen, or Dusty Farlow? Okay, maybe you can get the next one then. Who shot Mr. Burns? Was it Waylon Smithers, Homer Simpson, Bart Simpson, Maggie Simpson, Dr. Hibbert, or Grandpa Simpson? Who shot Mr. Burns in The Simpsons? Now, Idris Elba plays the detective Luther, but what is his first name? Is it John, Mark, Dexter, or Ezekiel? Idris Elba plays Luther. What is his first name? Is it John, Mark, Dexter, or Ezekiel? Last one in our Square Eyes round. Oh, no, not quite last one. Happy Valley is set in which UK county? Is it Lancashire, Yorkshire, Durham, or Northumberland? Happy Valley is set in what county? Lancashire, Yorkshire, Durham, or Northumberland? Which of the following TV shows is not focused on post-mortem examinations? Quincy MD, Dr. Kildare, Silent Witness, Body of Proof. Which of the following TV shows isn't focused on post-mortem examinations? Quincy MD, Dr. Kildare, Silent Witness, Body of Proof. Question 27. If you worked for the Jupiter Mining Corporation, where would you be? Would you be at the bottom of the ocean, in Australia, in Canada, or in space? If you worked for the Jupiter Mining Corporation, where would you be? Would you be at the bottom of the ocean, Australia, Canada, or space? Paul McGann initially appeared as the 8th Doctor Who in what film? Was it Doctor Who, Across Time, 9 Lives, ... question mark, or the Chrono Paradox Generator? Paul McGann initially appeared as the 8th Doctor Who in what film? Doctor Who, Across Time, 9 Lives ... question mark, or the Chrono Paradox Generator? Countdown has been on Channel 4 since the channel launched. Who out of the following hasn't been a presenter? Nick Hewer, Richard Whiteley, Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall, Des Lynam, Des O'Connor, or Jeff Stelling? Which of the following has not been a presenter of Countdown? Nick Hewer, Richard Whiteley, Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall, Des Lynam, Des O'Connor, or Jeff Stelling? Now, whilst doing the research, I found out that Countdown is actually based on a French show called De Chiffres et de Lettres. Apologies for my crunching pronunciation. But what year did the French show start? Was it 1955, 1965, 1975, or 1985? Countdown is based on a French show. Which year did the French show start? 55, 65, 75, or 85? I can't quite imagine it working in French in the same way. Okay, now, yesterday was the 20th anniversary of the first date with my wife. What film did we go and see 20 years ago yesterday? Was it Boys Don't Cry, Erin Brockovich, American Psycho, or Kevin and Perry Go Large? 20 years ago, what film did I watch on the first date with my wife? Boys Don't Cry, Erin Brockovich, American Psycho, or Kevin and Perry Go Large? Which of the following is the oldest Tom Cruise film? All the Right Moves, Legend, Risky Business, or The Colour of Money? Which of the following is the oldest Tom Cruise film? You know who Tom Cruise is, don't you, Anne? He's not too old for you. Which Coen Brothers film of mistaken identity has a character that doesn't like the Eagles and he had a rug that really tied the room together? Which Coen Brothers film of mistaken identity has a character that doesn't like the Eagles and had a rug that really tied the room together? Is it Fargo, Hail Caesar, No Country for Old Men, or The Big Lebowski? The Colour of Money, starring Paul Newman, is a sequel to what other Paul Newman film? Is it The Sting, Pocket Money, The Hustler, or Winning? The Colour of Money, starring Paul Newman, is a sequel to which of his previous films? The Sting, Pocket Money, The Hustler, or Winning? Here's one for Steve. In Star Wars Episode 4, who is the first character you see on screen? Is it Princess Leia, Darth Vader, a random rebel soldier, Luke Skywalker, or C-3PO? Who is the very first character you see in Star Wars Episode 4? Princess Leia, Darth Vader, random rebel soldier, Luke Skywalker, or C-3PO? In Kill Bill, the bride seeks revenge for her attempted murder. Which snake did she kill first in the film? Because all the characters in the film are named after snakes. In Kill Bill, the bride seeks revenge for her attempted murder. Which snake did she kill first in the film? Was it Cottonmouth, Black Mamba, Sidewinder, California mountain snake, or Copperhead? And we're talking in the what comes first, like in the first 5 minutes of the film, not what necessarily happens in the chronology of the film, because it does jump around in time. Which is the first one you see killed in the film? Did someone say that they wanted some questions repeated? Okey-doke. So let's go on to the true or false round. Which is colder? Sorry, 40 degrees centigrade is colder than 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Is that true or false? Minus 40 degrees centigrade is colder than minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Is that true or is that false? Question 37. Thomas Edison invented the alternating current electrical system in use today. True or false? Thomas Edison invented the AC electrical system in use today. Question 38. Halley's Comet was discovered by Edmund Halley. Halley's Comet, or Halley's Comet, was discovered by Edmund Halley, or Halley, whatever way you pronounce it. Okay. Question 39. The Dunning-Kruger effect is where conservation efforts actually cause more problems than the benefit it's meant to achieve. Example, safari parks attract poachers. The Dunning-Kruger effect is where conservation efforts actually backfire and cause more problems. True or false? Question 40. Arsenal Football Club play their home games at Highbury. Question 40. Arsenal Football Club play their home games at Highbury. Question 41. An episode of Peppa Pig has been banned in Australia. True or false? Peppa Pig. You're right, Reese. It's not Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig. It's episode of Peppa Pig. Has it been banned in Australia? True or false? So it's a typo on my part. Typo on my part purely. Question 42. Bats are blind and use echolocation to navigate as a consequence. Question 42. Bats are blind and use echolocation to navigate as a consequence. Is that true or false? Question 43. Everton FC played at Anfield before Liverpool FC. Is that true or false? Everton FC played at Anfield before Liverpool FC. Is that true or false? Megan, hopefully It should be. I might need to just go back and remark that if need be. Question 42, if it's not coming up any points, it should. I thought, oh, like that. That's because I had a visitor come round just as I was trying to do stuff on this at the last minute. Hopefully, Megan, it's now worth a point, okay? Monotremes are an unusual type of mammal. They are so called because they only have one duct for urination, defecation, and reproduction. Monotremes are an unusual type of mammal. They are so called because they only have one duct for urination, defecation, and reproduction. Is that true or false? Question 45. There are only 4 Teletubbies. There are only 4 Teletubbies. True or false? If Matt gets this wrong, his job's on the line, surely. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, I is indigo. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, I is indigo. Is that true or false? Question 47. Zimbabwe has only existed since 1979. Zimbabwe has only existed since 1979. Is that true or false? Question 48. France gave the world fondue. Question 48. France gave the world fondue. Now, on YouTube, Ian's gone, which Teletubby is Matt? Okay, there is always one. So, this next one's about the Shawshank Redemption. The Raquel Welch poster from 1 million years BC was the first poster hung in the cell of Andy Dufresne in the Shawshank Redemption. Is that true or false? The Raquel Welch poster from 1 million years BC was the first poster hung in the cell of Andy Dufresne in the Shawshank Redemption. True or false? And the last question, Shawshank Redemption only made $16 million at the cinema. It's the film, Ian. But if you know the title of the book, that could well help you. The film of the Shawshank Redemption only made $16 million at the cinema. Is that true or is that false? So that brings us to the last of the questions. Submit away, and I think I've got 2 possible problems. One I'll have to come back and confirm, but I'll hopefully, because I've changed it at my end for the bats and the echolocation, hopefully as everyone submits their answers it will correct that. So I'm just going to make a note of that question 42 and something else. But that is all of the questions. Let's have a see about submissions. We've got 18 so far. We've got a possible total of 54. And we have a high score at the moment of 37 points. So, anyone got any issues with some of those questions? Okay, Let's just have a look. Download all responses. So let's have a look. What, American Psycho? Oh, it looks like the Adamsons have not won. Shock. Psycho-Ruludidididnik has 37 points. And who is that then? Psycho-Ruludididididnik. Anyone going to take responsibility for that team name? Oh, I don't know. But at the moment, there didn't seem to be too much in the way of submissions. So considering we had a few more around, yeah, I might need to just go back to that later on and then update it a little bit later on to definitively tell you who is the right answer. Because my Mission Impossible poster one, I realised I didn't have the answer for it. I went go back to check and I couldn't find that version of that fucking image as the movie poster. I kept on finding completely different images. So I just need to confirm that the image that I think is from that film is indeed from that film. How's everyone been coping so far? Ooh. I've just realised I've had Helen on hold for all this time because I had the questions over Helen. Apologies, Helen. Sorry, Helen. Sorry. Any suggestions for next week's questions besides Reese's rabbits? Chocolates. And I thought the Michael round was a challenge. It's not going to be as bad as Ian's fated rugby union question, which was which sport is played with a non-spherical ball. Yes, Ian, it was rugby. So I think Ian is possibly pushing for more rugby questions at this point. Now, one of the carryovers from last suggestions was the Olympics, more Summer Olympics questions. I'll put more Summer Olympics questions in. Popular biscuits, suggestion from Megan. It's a good one. Do I put Jaffa cake in as an option? Is it a biscuit or is it a cake? Oh. Yeah, because that was the legal case in the end, wasn't it? Because isn't it, if it's a a biscuit, it goes soft when it goes stale. And if it's a cake, it goes hard. Yeah. Any particular one? It may not be a large round. Not necessarily ideas. It's more of a case of it's easier to target a particular area for questions, for research. More music. I might get into problems with regards to copyright stuff. Well, I suppose if I stop the YouTube side, because then it wouldn't be obvious then, because that's the thing. I could get a copyright strike on my YouTube account if I got the music streaming. Cartoons. Okay, just bear with me. What was your team, Helen? What was your team name? Yeah. Okay, so I'll just download them again because there's a few more responses now. No one. Ooh. Helen, it looks like you are tied with Pamela on 27 points. One point after Squitzers Anonymous, who is jointly on 28 points with It'll Be All Right on the Night. So there's four of you within 1 point of each other, but there is only, let me see, 10 point difference between you and first. Only 10 points. And bear in mind, it's still 50 points. No one has ever got particularly close to 75% so far. Do I still need to lower the bar a bit here on these questions? I think they're easier than the first one. It's Red Dwarf. That's the company they work for in Red Dwarf. So they're in space. Oh, I've lost one of my blooming windows now. Oh, yes. Do I have to like marry into the family or something to win? I thought you were putting the pressure on me a bit. No worries. Take care. It's not the end of the world. Okie doke. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.